Hmm. Hello? 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 Okay. Hmm. Hi, hi. I can't see a thing. I just downloaded this software because I want to be able to stream until I can hit my 1,000 subscribers and um, go live from my phone all the time. But can you all see me? Can you let me know? I should be able to see myself. No, right? I can't see anything. See, you guys, just bear with me. I am trying to set up everything. I am trying. I don't know why YouTube makes this so hard because I have to go through a whole third party software to even be able to do this. As advanced as they are, you would think they would do better. Hold on. Go to YouTube to view. Okay, it says go to YouTube. So let's see. Be patient. Hold on. Hold on. Come on now. Okay, if I drop off, I'm coming right back on. Like I just said, I just downloaded this software trying to figure out how it goes. Didn't know you had to do all this. So if I go out, be patient. I'll be coming right back on. I'm just trying to figure this out. Okay. Okay. Come on now. Come on. Not responding. Really? Okay, so let me open this back up. Hold on. Hold on. You all could be thinking of some questions so we can chit chat. Hold on. Do I got enough WAN? Y'all know I'm a WANO, right? I'm trying to pull this back up. Hmm. When did that get up there? Hmm. What in the world is going on? Why does this look like this? Okay, there we go. Boom. Go live. Y'all, look, I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm really kind of testing it to see. Where do you put this information in? What do they want from me? Add a group, multiple sources. Add a source to your scene. Scene. Is this a scene? Add the name of the scene. YouTube, I guess. Done. I don't get it. You guys, I am so sorry. I'm trying to figure this out so I can go live more often. They were allowing it up until a few weeks ago. And then they stopped it. Said you had to have 1,000 people. I don't have 1,000 people. Is it working now? Oh, wait a minute now. This is a new screen. This is a new screen. So I've never seen it like this. Stream my stream health live. Can you all see me? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Okay, we almost there. We're almost there. You know, this is what we do. Can you all see me? I don't think you can. Can you just let me know? Can you hear me? Can you see me? We can hear you, but no video. But see, you know what? This gives you time to grab your wine, your questions. While I'm trying to figure this out, this is what we do. We figure out how to make things happen. Okay, now that button just changed to green. Video output is low. What do they want me to do? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain. What do you want me to do? You guys, we will not have to go through this anymore. I'm just trying to add stream info. Go to encoding. Da, da, da. If you all clicked out, I wouldn't feel any type of way. I'm just trying to set this up, you guys. So sorry. Encoder setup. Anyone with this key can stream live on your YouTube. Keep it a secret. Okay. Okay. Let's hit start right here and see what happens. Can you see me now? I don't know what to say. I'm so embarrassed. Let's see here. I hate YouTube sometimes. I don't even know what to do here, you guys. Low video, bad output. Watch on page. Ultra low, best for real-time interactions. We're gonna go ultra low latency. Does that change anything? Is there an option to make the stream low quality video instead of HD? That's what I was looking at too. Enable DVR, be able to see back into 4 hours while you were streaming. Low latency. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Can I just talk? You know, we know what you look like, right? Because my hair is in a ponytail anyway, so it doesn't even matter because I'm supposed to wash my hair. Do you guys have any questions? Because I get comments all day long while I'm working and I try to answer a lot of them, but I think I skip some or I don't see some. So does anyone have any questions? This is my busy season right now, so I'm not really able to get the information out the way that I want. So, but I still want to keep in touch with everyone. Does anyone have any questions while I work on this? Really quick. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I was feeling some kind of way because I thought I would have had more input on the power of the pedicure video because everybody, you know, was so excited for it, and I just presented those numbers, but nobody is really giving me any input on what's happening with their clients. You know, I just, you know, I know for a fact that some people are not getting their feet done simply because nobody's pushing them to. But once they get a pedicure by a professional, you know, you have them hooked for life. Then I even came up with the option to do the polish changes because that's what a lot of these prom people are coming in with all of a sudden asking for polish changes because they want to spend all their money on the designs. So, did anybody have any input on that with the pedicures? No? I guess not. How long do you allow clients to decide on a design or color? And how do you politely say, hurry up and decide, dear Lord? That's been one of my problems lately. Like I was telling myself, I said, Tanisha, you are giving these clients way too much input on how to do their nails. Like I have a few clients, we kind of started butting heads because I've been giving them too much creative control. And then what happens is they start to become the designer of the entire set. And then, you know, what's happening is a lot of these clients are sitting here before they even get to you at work or on a train or whatever. And they're looking at a million designs on Pinterest and Instagram. And so they want every single thing they see on one set. So if you let them take over, they'll have you ombreing this one, encapsulating that one, put a ring hanging off of this. It'll just be way too much, you know, and it'll look like a gaudy mess. And, you know, I always tell them like simpler is better. But I just noticed that I've been making a mistake of letting them have too much creative control. So I've been taking some of that back. So when a client, to answer your question, when they first come in, I'll be like, okay, so what color we doing today? What you thinking? Whatever. And they be like, I don't know. And I got a couple that will take 20 minutes literally picking a color. If I let them, I know exactly who they are. Um, I just start saying, girl, you don't know what you want. Let me pick something for you. We doing pink because you want to pick this. She'll be like, no, I'm thinking purple. I'm like, no, I just tell them what they're doing. But that's more like with regulars. Wow, the stream health went up to yellow. That's funny. So I guess it's getting better. But yeah, you kind of got to guide them whatever way. But when you're doing that, if you're going to say pink, you got to have a reason for it. You can't just say do pink today. You got to have something behind that to be a salesperson. So if you're going to say do pink, you got to say, oh, because you haven't worn pink in a long time or whatever. Or we're going into spring, you want to kind of get yourself in the mode of being more lively with your outfits and just getting your mindset. And we're not going to do the neon pink until maybe July, August or whatever. But I think today we should go with this nice rosy pink. It's Mother's Day. It's this, it's that. It's just a nice color to kind of get your mood changed. So you kind of got to be a salesperson with that. If you're trying to push them to pick a certain color, you got to be a salesman. Like I have the gift of gab. And that's one thing in this industry you really got to have, the gift of gab, to keep your business moving along. Did I answer that question? I hope I did. I'm still trying to get this streaming going. Maybe that'll work. Should it be on full screen? That ain't it. That's not the reason why. Exit full screen. Okay, yeah. So you just kind of got to have the gift of gab. If you got, see what they think, and then you suggest something, and then you give a reason why. That's the thing that's going to close the deal. If you just say pick pink, they'll be like, oh, but I was thinking purple. Oh, okay, pick purple. Well, what you think about blue? I haven't done blue in a while. Well, do blue. You're not sealing the deal. You just like really, you really like a parrot repeating what they're saying. So you got to really have a reason why. If you want the person to trust you as the artist and to lead the service, then you have to have a reasoning behind it. They want to trust you as the artist, but you have to constantly ensure clients sometimes of why you are the artist. If not, they will take over and they will have you creating something that is ugly. That has happened to me, and that has been happening to me a lot lately. I won't even take pictures. And you have those clients that'll be like, you're not going to take pictures? And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to take pictures. But I really don't want to take pictures. And if I do take the pictures, they're not going to get posted because I didn't like them that much to post them. Because you really designed these, and I just did what you told me to do. And then I get kind of mad at myself because I know better. So that's something I've been doing a lot lately, and I'm pulling back on that. I'm being very aware of that. How long does it take before you establish a clientele? So I don't know how many of you know this, but I actually have only been back in Chicago a little bit over 2 years. So I moved back I actually moved back into Chicago from Atlanta Thanksgiving Day 2016. I was in Atlanta just doing makeup and working in corporate, both really. And so when when I first moved back, I had to hustle. I was hustling. I was doing Uber at night. And I'm so crazy. I'm just such a go-getter type person. Like nobody does this, but I did it. I moved back from Atlanta, and by December, the end of December, I had a retail spot. So I signed a commercial lease for January 1st after being gone for 5 years. So when people tell me that they can't make certain things happen, that's why I don't really buy into what people say, because I've been out. Who moves back to a state they haven't been in for 5 years and rents a commercial space? Me. Yep. Never pay my rent late, never pay anything late. So I would say from January 1st, in the beginning, I was doing Uber at night. So I would come there a day, paint, fix the place up. I would promote daily. I would run $10 ads on social media because that's all I could afford. And I would say by the summer, so that was January. So Back then, that's when I was promoting for every little thing: Valentine's Day, proms, graduations, because like I said, you in the beginning, you want to do everyone, but don't try to keep everyone. So I was just putting it out there, and I even reached out to some local neighborhood celebrity type people, like some of the local rappers and stuff like that, and I did their nails for free, got shout outs. And so I would say by the summer I had a pretty decent clientele. I wouldn't say it was like booked, but I was decent, where I didn't have to do Uber as much, but I was still doing it. And by the end of the year, I was pretty booked. Plus, a lot of my old clients I've been doing for years came back, and sat right back in my chair. And I didn't even reach out to them. A lot of them just found me through my social media ads, and word spread. So I would say it takes about, if you're doing what you're supposed to do every day, which I have more information coming on that, it could take a year to have a really good clientele. And I'm talking about at least making, and I would say a good, decent clientele is at least $1,000 a week. That's a decent clientele, $1,000 a week. So if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you should be at least making that within a year, every week or more. Yeah, let's see. Any more questions? You see, I'm a chatterbox. I can talk. I'm still working on this live video, trying to figure out why it won't go live. Start your bar when you're... Somebody said something. Yep, so that's that answer to that question. It takes a minute. And the reason why a lot of people don't see, I know a lot of, especially young girls, I noticed that a lot of young nail techs, they have a nice clientele, but they're not consistent. And I think that's because they don't have the same maybe responsibilities. I have rent, car note, insurance, all these other bills, credit cards, everything. And, I don't have no choice. But I just noticed that I would say some of the younger people who may not have all those responsibilities, I noticed that a lot of people want to go hard as long as it's coming. Then once they get enough money to do what they want to do, they kind of slack off. They don't come to work. You cannot be inconsistent. Your money will be inconsistent. Like now, I usually get, seriously, like three to five new clients every day now. I don't have to do any advertising. I might do an ad sometimes just because I think something is cute. But I don't have to do any advertising. I get up to three to five new clients a day booking. That's just word of mouth. Because you do one person, if they like it, they're going to tell everybody. And now when people leave out, I don't even have to give them any cards. They'll be like, you have any cards? And they'll take a few and put them in their purse. That means they're going to tell people. So they work for me now. That's what you want to do. You want to get your business to the point where you don't even have to do advertising. So I would say 3 to 5 clients a new day. 3 to 5 people a day book as new clients on my site. As of today, I had one, I think like 10 something, then 3 o'clock, then 5 o'clock so far. And I might get another one before the next few minutes to book. That's just how it goes. Yep, she's new, and that person's new too. So 3 today so far. Still got 12 minutes before the day is out. What's considered a full clientele? I would say a full clientele is when you are booked, I would say 75% of your available hours. So I won't say so many clients per day or per week. I would just say if you are making yourself available 10 hours a day, if you are booked up 6 to 7 hours of those days, 6 or 7 hours of those, each day, then I would say that's a pretty full clientele, meaning that you always, if you have room for a new person or last minute regular or something like that, that's fine. But I still would consider 60 to 70% of your available hours, if they're booked on a consistent basis, that's a nice full clientele. Do we have any students in here? Anyone who's in school or about to attend school? I'm just wondering. You don't have to talk to me. You could just put a Y or say hey. Because one thing you could really do, a lot of people think being a nail tech, you have to go ahead and, set up this big old elaborate display in your house or whatever. The easiest thing you can do nowadays is to go into a salon. You can go into a salon and you can easily work. Don't assume just because you don't see a nail station that person. Okay, we have a student. You don't have to assume that just because you don't see a nail station that they don't want a nail person in there. Most salons want it. They just probably can't find one. I mean, like if you have if you have stylists in there, if you know some place in your area that has at least 3 to 4 working stylists. I mean, working stylists, go in there and talk to the owner, because it's not really a big deal for you to set up and do manicures and pedicures. Those tables are cheap. You can even offer to buy your own. I've done that before. And you can set up in there and kind of build piggyback off of their clientele, So that's a good way to start as well. You just found a hair salon that matches the type of people you want to do. So if you want to do all these elaborate designs and stuff, don't go work in a salon where, the stylists are 50 and up, because that's not a good match. So just make sure you find some place. Something else, I was just telling someone earlier, and people don't do this anymore, but this used to be the bomb back in the day. People sleep on working in a barber shop. Okay. Back in the day, working in the barbershop was the ish. That's the quickest, easiest way to make some money. A barbershop, men like to be groomed, okay? Men are very basic. Men are very loyal. And so back in the day, that chick, whoever worked in the barbershop, she would have on her nice outfits and everything set up and have a nice little manicure area with, clean white towel and a bowl. Very simple. And those men will come in and pay you and tip you every week. Not necessarily because they're trying to talk to you. They could be married. But if they don't have to go sit in a salon with a whole bunch of chatty ass women and they can still get that done, they will come to you and get that done. They go to their barber every week or every 10 days. You could get that money too. The only problem with that is they're not going to want that acrylic smell. So if you are a nail tech who does acrylic, that might be the one thing that will stop you. But if you don't have to do acrylic, a barbershop is a really good way. And on top of that, too, you can catch all those moms that are coming in there with their kids. You can get them to sit right there. That's perfect for them, because while they're getting their kids' haircut, they're knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. They can let you do their nails. So the barbershop is another place that people really forget about. Like, I don't see any nail techs working in barbershops, but back in the 90s, please, it was hard because the women who were there, they had been there for years. They were not moving, and one barber can do easily 8 to 15 people a day. Okay. And so barbershops, that's another thing. They are usually full. Most barbershops I know of have at least 6 or more barbers, and they all have a full clientele. So that's that's just money sitting. If you don't have to do acrylic, go try working in a barbershop. I promise you, you will never be broke ever. Now let me scroll up here. How clientele? Okay. What's considered? Okay, answer that. Do you have a display showing stone bling layout options, or is that a bad idea because it's another thing that could take 20 minutes for a client to decide on? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. This is what I'm saying. You give people too many options, then you start putting them in the artist position, and they are not artists. But if you let them be one, they will be one, and you're not going to like the direction they pushing you in. I promise you. So yeah, that's not a good idea. They have seen your work. That's why they coming to you. Somebody showed them a picture. They saw you on Instagram or something. And so the most I would ask them is color scheme. And I do start asking questions like, well, hey, do you like a lot of bling? Are you more plain? You like matte? You like shiny? How many designs are you thinking? Because I charge for every little thing. I'm not gonna lie to you unless you're a regular. But yeah, so that's pretty much, and then I'll be like, okay, I got you. I got it. Okay, I was just trying to see where your mind was, and then I'm about to get to work. And then I switch right back over to the other conversation, because they will take over the design session if you let them, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about or doing. Don't do it. We got some students in here. I hope I answered that question, made it back to live. Hey, everybody. Hey, Tommy. I'm saving so hard to start school in October this year. Go ahead and get those people that little $300-$500 and get started now, honey. Every time you sit back and say, I can't because of this, I can't because of that, It will never happen. It'll keep being thrown off. If you go ahead and get them some money now, once you get started, your first day of school, your first week of school, you're going to be so excited. You're going to do whatever you got to do to come up with the rest of the money. I promise you, you will, because it's exciting, because you're around other people who are just starting out like you, and you will do whatever you got to do. Then you have Uber, Grubhub, all these different things now where you can make money. So even if you just went out on Saturday nights, or like I tell people, do airport runs. Those are safe. Just do some airport runs on Saturday, Fridays and Saturdays, and just give that money right to the school. You can be done with school by the end of this year. Boom. License in hand. Transitioning over from hair to nails. Yes, I talked about hair. Hair has really done a big whoop in the past 20 years. It's so many options for hair now. It's sad to say, I can't tell you last time I went to a stylist. I got so many wigs up in there, and it's just, you never know what's going to happen with nails. If you look at the nails that we have now, you can go look in the beauty supply store in Walgreens. Those press-on nails, I done picked a few of them up. I'm not going to lie to you, honey. I have picked a few of those press-ons up and put them in my cart. I said, hey, Tanisha, what are you doing? Why are you putting these press-ons in your cart? But you know, if they are working their way towards the nail thing too with the press-on game. So that's why I'm telling people, it's nice to do the designs and stuff, but if you want to do this long term, be ready to maybe switch over into the natural realm. I can do both. I can go work in a spa at any time and put on my uniform and get into that corporate type lifestyle. I can go work with Asians. I can work from home. You got to be ready for it, because the industry goes in waves. Let's see. I'm new to nails. Transition from hair definitely makes sense. Barbershop, yep. One thing they used to push in school all the time is go work in the senior homes. Go work in the senior homes. And I got a friend who keeps bringing that up. And I'm like, okay, y'all. So let me eat this cake real quick. I made a dump cake. Things you do when you're bored. Senior homes. Let me tell you something about senior homes. That's something they always push on new students. And it sounds nice, doesn't it? Go do the senior citizens. If you want to get some practice in, I guess you could. But let me tell you what's going to happen in the senior homes. That's really an old school idea. Number one, most senior homes, those people are on a fixed income. Okay? They're not going to be on a regular schedule with you. Number two, they're going to take forever because most of them have ailments. And they're going to be very slow. And, this is going to be like a very long, slow process. So if you're going to go into the senior homes, just do it because it's something you like to do. Because you like to take care of the seniors. But if you're doing it like, I'm going to make all this money, you're not. You're not. There's no money in senior homes, okay? Don't let nobody tell you that. There is no money in senior homes. There is money other places, but not senior homes. If you want to just give back to the community, that's very nice. Girl, that's all my sister-in-law does is airport runs and talks about the tips. Yep. That's all I really did when I did airport runs for Uber. I would go out at about 8 o'clock at night, go to the airport by me, do first run is usually $30. Person give me a $10 tip. And then I might get another run that's like $17, $18 that's downtown. I'll do one more run downtown, come back to the airport, do another run. Usually that's going to be a longer run. It might be another 17. I will go for 100 to 120 a night plus tips. And that's what I did. I didn't really pick up a lot of random people off the street. So when people say, I'm scared of Uber, do the airport run. It's just one of the safest things you can do. You have people that are coming out of the airport out of a secured area on camera, getting in your car. Plus there's an exact record of everything from who pinged you, where you went. There's going to even be surveillance and video footage of that person getting in your car in the airport. Can track them down and know exactly who they are if they needed to. Nothing's going to happen on the airport run. Nothing at all. The worst thing that's going to happen on the airport run is that you're going to have a person with a lot of luggage. And that's why I like to do airport runs on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. Those are the best days. Why? Because those are business people traveling. Business people are traveling in town for meetings, out of town, in town, out of town, and that's pretty much it. So I rarely even open up my trunk. It's usually men with a piece of luggage or a backpack. That's it. And they're going to tip the best because they're putting that money on their corporate credit card. So they're not even paying for it. Boom. So that's why I do Uber on those days. Those are the best and easiest times to do it from the airport. So I think I have talked you all to death. Does anyone have any more questions? I am so embarrassed. I still never figured out how this live stream thing goes. So, can you all see me now? Maybe that did it. Did that work? No? Can one person just say yes, no? I just want to know if I'm doing something right here with letting people see me. Are doing your taxes difficult as a nail tech? Can't see you still. I'm so embarrassed. Um, are doing your taxes difficult? No. I save every last receipt, and actually, the nail supplies that I go to, if I give them my phone number, they can pull. Thank you. They can pull up the amount that I've spent for the year. They just give you one total, so you don't necessarily have to save all the receipts. I know where I shop at here in Chicago. They ask like, "Hey, you want your tally or whatever?" So that's one thing. But are doing the taxes difficult? It's not difficult. It's just that I suggest that you pay quarterly, or else you will be like me right now, because I have to pay up a whole bunch of money to the IRS right now, which is fine. Um, if you I personally say, if you're not doing anything that year, you can write off a lot of stuff and really not owe anything. But if you want to go and get a car or buy a house or something, you're going to be in trouble because you just showed that you have a business that is not successful. So if you want to do this as a career, you're going to have to pay a large amount of taxes, just depending on what you are reporting. If you're reporting a decent amount, you're going to probably end up paying about 22% taxes on the amount of money that you report as positive income. So if you show a positive income of $50,000, then you're going to be on about $11,000 in taxes, just to let you know. So you might want to break that up quarterly. And when I say a positive income, you could have made 75 or 80, but you're only showing a profit of 50. So that's the amount you would pay the taxes on. So that's a little iffy and tricky or whatever, but just keep that in mind. It's not difficult because you have someone else to do that, but just when you are talking to your tax professional and what you want to claim or how much you want to write off, think about what you might need to show your tax returns for. Okay, because if you're going to say I'm a nail tech, the first thing they're going to say to you, they're not going to ask for check stubs. They're going to ask for your W-2s for the past year or two. So just keep that in mind if you got something important coming up in the next 2 years. Where do I go? I go to all the stores, all of them. They all know me too. And I was going to do it. I go to Miami. I go to all of them. And see, I used to own a big nail salon in the West Loop, right down the street from Oprah. So I've been going up there since forever. Like Sunlight, I used to go to Sunlight before they were even that building. So when they try to follow me around like I'm a thief, I look at them and I say, look, I've been knowing this place before you were even born. I remember when they were across the street, and then the older lady, she'll look at me and be like, yeah, she long time. Yeah, get away from me. I don't steal. Look, girl, get away from me. I've been shopping up here longer than you've been on this earth. Yeah, so they finally gave me some respect, because I will tell you, these nail supply stores, they are a little racist, and they will follow you around like you stealing. What they do is they'll come in the aisle that you happen to be in, acting like they unstocking some stuff. And I start telling them, get away from me. I don't steal. Why you follow me around? You don't follow them around. But they did just recently stop that, because I think they're recognizing me, because I have been gone for 5 years. But some of the old head Asian people, they do recognize me now. Like when I go in, I think that's Miami. When I go in there, they know every time I'm done shopping, I need a cigarette, because I'm so excited about buying new supplies. So the dude, he'll be like, you ready? And I'll be like, yeah, I'm ready. And he just hand me a cigarette. Or sometimes he hand me two. And then I try to hand him $1. He'll be like, get out of here. Get your ass out of here. And I start laughing and I walk out. Because they know after I finish spending up all my money, I tell them my nerves is bad, so they give me cigarettes. Because, Asian people, they smoke a lot of cigarettes. I don't work with a lot of them. They all smoke a lot of cigarettes all day. Oh, yeah, I will tell them, get away from me. I am not stealing. I just look at them like, yo, but they've stopped that just recently. I said, oh, man, I feel like I have won a lottery. They finally realized I don't steal. They don't follow their own around. They will definitely follow us around. I'm not going to lie to you. If you're not Asian, they will follow you around the store. Acting like they just had to put that piece of polish bottle on the shelf right next to you. It's true. How many supplies do you need starting off? It don't matter what I tell you because your butt gonna go crazy and buy everything. So what if I told you you only need a shoebox of stuff? You're gonna go buy a whole carton full of stuff. All you need is a file, a buffer, a drill, some acrylic, a brush. 5 colors. You need a pink, a red, a orange, a blue, white, a French brush. That's all you need. That's all you're gonna get. You know you're gonna buy everything. Any more questions? Oh yeah, it's addictive. It's definitely addictive buying supplies, and then things are constantly evolving. And then you go watch a YouTube video, you're like, oh yeah, I need to go buy some Mylar. And then let me tell you something else. A lot of stuff, don't be fooled. A lot of stuff is the same thing. They'll be like, mermaid glitter. Whatever. That is just glitter. It's just glitter. It's just a certain color of glitter. Like, look around a lot of stuff that you're using this. I swear it's like the same exact thing. A lot of products they get you with fancy labeling. I know this from being a brand manager because that's all we did was create products and create ways to make you buy things. And sometimes we'll have you buying the same thing over and over and over. We'll just reposition the product as something else. I always end up spending over 100. Yeah. Anytime I go up north, even if I'm just going to get like, I just need some more top coat and I need, I don't know, some more buffers. Man, I always feel some kind of way after I finish shopping. I feel like anxiety a little bit and excited, but anxiety because I always overspend. I've never gone to get supplies and just spent exactly what I'm supposed to get. That never happens. It just does not. It does not happen at all. Are there any other questions? It's always a ton of questions, but oh wait, did I close my vape? Doggone it. You know, I had to fire a client. That sounds so mean. I had to fire a client because they were just, you ever had a client sit in your chair and as soon as they sit in your chair, you know they're not going to be a good fit for you? It bothers my soul, but I had to. That lady was like going to work my nerves. I told her, you give me anxiety and I never have to talk to anybody as much as I talk to you. I've talked to you 7 times in the past 2 weeks. That's not even normal. No, you didn't. I started naming the times and she started talking over me. I said, we're not a good fit. I know you talk about pedicures, but what is your favorite service? You all, I'm vaping. Let's see. What is my favorite service? Believe it or not, pedicures are my favorite service if the person has really jacked up feet. Are you serious? Yeah. Yeah, I did not do pedicures for the longest time back in the day. I would be like, I ain't touching your feet. That was the first salon I worked in. But after I worked at Tricoci, they made us go through this training and everything. And it just changed the way I looked at feet. And I really like to transform a person's foot, especially if they haven't had a pedicure in a long time. I really like pushing back a lot of cuticles. I'm weird. I just like pushing back a lot of cuticles and getting all that dead skin off. And then I go and I study reflexology a little bit at one point. So I really like to get into people's feet. And I tell them, you're going to sleep better tonight. You're going to this, you're going to that. I almost subconsciously make them believe these things. It happens. I just keep telling them, like, your circulation is better, you're gonna sleep better. Oh my God, you have over 25,000 nerve endings in the foot, and a lot of ailments and different things that we feel, stress, tension, it's all ending up in the feet. And just massaging and stimulating these nerves down here is just gonna get everything flowing. So and you have to kind of be suggestive selling. That's what people do when we're watching TV. They're suggestive with commercials and things. Things are placed in a certain way for a reason. That person is jogging in the sun in those Skechers for a reason. Skechers are like biscuits. I call them biscuit shoes, but they try to make a positive image on you. Like, when you're running in Skechers, your day is going to be great. Your jog is going to be easy and free flowing. That's what I do when I'm doing pedicures. I'm like, oh my God, you're going to sleep so good. I just got the gift of gab like that. Like I tell them what they're getting. So it's like you're spending this money that you don't normally spend, but hey, look at all the benefits. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. Instead of saying that, I'm saying it in other ways by slowly working in the benefits of spending, increasing their spend while they're with me. You get it? What's the best way to keep up with income tax for tax purposes? Just save all your receipts. That's all you gotta do is just save up all your receipts. And then like my tax person, she's been doing my taxes for the longest, but we already know you got that spend for a year, but then you can, your tax, if you have a good tax person, they'll know what questions to ask you. Like the right tax person should be writing off your cell phone bill, some of your mileage. You could do some of your dry cleaning, all those things. You could say charitable donations if you do that, all those things. So you're the right tax person. Once you tell them what industry you're in, they should know what questions to ask you. And then they'll pull together your P&L from there. So that's how that should go. And if they're not telling you, then you need to switch tax people. And I have someone, she's out of Atlanta, and she's one of the best, smartest people that I know. She actually owns 6 Liberty tax services, and she's their national trainer. And that's who does my taxes. And I've taken her class. That's why I know a little bit about it. Been out the nail business for a long time and getting back into it, considering the Asian shop too. I just came out of my 4th Asian shop. I think 4th. Let me tell you about the Asian shops. They will hire you. A lot of us think that they will not hire you. Let me tell you what they're looking for. Asian salons, definitely now, because they have such a bad rap, they are looking to hire some of us. But I'm going to tell you, one person you want to watch is lovely Mimi from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She had somebody streamed a piece of her class, and she keeps it real with how the Asian people think towards us. And some of the things she's saying was definitely right. First of all, we too slow. Okay? We move too slow, and we do a lot of unnecessary steps, So, for instance, if you are gluing on somebody's tips and they say, I want a coffin shape, go ahead and get a coffin-like shape, cut it into the nail. But why? I watch people do nails, even on these darn YouTube videos. Why are you spending 20 minutes shaping this person's nail? That's ridiculous. Why are you doing that? You still got to lay acrylic on there. Get a coffin-like shape and slap that acrylic on there. You're going to have to go back and shape it anyway. So lovely Mimi said, she said, us non-Asian people, we spend too much time on a lot of unnecessary steps. I totally agree with that. And since I've been paying attention to that, that's going to get your speed up. I can definitely do a full set in 40 minutes. And I'm talking about ready to polish, like on, shaped, buffed out, probably 35. And when I was really in my prime, when I was like 19, I timed myself. I did a set, I think, in 18 minutes before. Don't ask me how, but I was timing myself. It was like 18 minutes. And that's acrylic. So you can go work with the Asians, but the first thing they're going to do is ask you if you worked at an Asian salon before. Then they're going to ask you, can you do a sample nail? They want to see if you know how to lay acrylic and do you know how to lay it fast. Because they're all about speed. They don't really care about quality so much. They care about it being quality enough to get them out the door and on to the next person. So like I do 5 people a day, and that's a decent day, and I done made my quota. If I worked at an Asian salon, I got to do like 15 people that day to make that same amount of money. Okay? So you can go work with them, and they're going to keep you busy, but trust me, you're going to work your butt off. You're going to work 5 times as hard because they work at a different pace and at a different speed, and they cut a lot of corners. So you got to be able to have a blind eye working with them, like really. But if you need some quick money, you need to get to work right away, they will take you in. They will. Speed is why I want to go to the Asian shop. They're not going to force you to move fast. You're just going to be out the rotation. So you want to stay in the rotation. Sing, go first, Mimi go second, you third. Okay, by the time the third person come in, if you're not ready, you just get passed up, and you just really won't make any money. Because remember, most Asian salons, I've been, but the commission structure is anywhere from like 50. I've made anywhere from, the last place was 50, but it was also like a supply fee being taken out. So it was really less than 50, okay? That was downtown. But their prices were a little higher, so they felt like they can get away with it. And I didn't stay that long because it's just too much for too little to me. But I've gone anywhere from 50% to making 70%. When I was, and when I worked in Atlanta in 2 Asian nail salons. One was giving me 70, but the typical nail place I want to give you 50. Watch what I tell you. 50, 55, maybe 60. Um, I don't use those tips anymore. I only sculpt now. I think I move faster sculpting. Okay. See, that's the thing. Sculpting is for some people and it's not for others. Like I've tried it a long time ago and I say it's not for me, but really I haven't tried it recently. But I like sculpt. The reason why I do like sculpting is because um of the design possibilities are better. Like especially if you want to encapsulate with clear, it's going to be really really clear because using the clear tip is not as clear as sculpting clear. Um Worked at a high-end salon, it wasn't any better money wise. Yeah, when I worked at Mario Coach, I was a pedicure specialist and I was making a lot of money. But that's because the cheapest pedicure was $60, and I would upgrade everyone to the most expensive one. I had like a little sales pitch, and so I pretty much would upgrade everyone. So I was making like close to three something a day plus tips, so probably about 455 a day there, especially in the summer. But they work you to death and they very strict, those corporate salons. So it's like, ugh, I can only do it for so long. I need my freedom. Um but yeah, Mimi said that too. She was like, we take way too long. We do too much sometimes and we forget that it's a business, and you got to have a fine line of understanding that at the end of the day, it's a business. I don't care how much you like it and how fun it is. You got to watch your timing. You got to watch your supplies and your timing, and you can't be giving away too much to a client without charging them. I had a situation the other day with one of my regulars, and it's so funny because these people that will come to you, they'll first be very plain Jane. This client was very plain Jane, and yeah, Mimi is crazy as hell. Plain Jane, and now she wants the world. And I give her a break and I don't charge her for every little thing, which I've had to mention a couple times to her. But it was funny because this last time she asked for even a little bit more than normal. And I'm like, I'm going to have to charge you. She's like, well, how much? Because I'm on a budget. And my thing is, you have to be careful because although we got regulars and we like them a lot, we still have to put our business caps on no matter how much we like them, because people just by nature will try to push the envelope with you. And so then we had to have a little discussion where I said, I'm already not charging you. Then I had to break down the price. Like, this is your real price, but you only paid this. She's like, I know. I said, yeah, but now you're asking me for even more. So I was like, I feel awkward, but it's just like if you go to work and your boss asks you to stay a little bit past your regular time to do something, and you do it sometimes, and then they start asking you to stay more time for the same pay. I said, it's kind of like that. She's like, I hear what you're saying. No, I mean, I still want it. I'll pay you. And yeah, I have to have those awkward conversations with people. And I will do it. And just because we can kiki, we can go out for drinks and everything. But if you start pushing me past my envelope where I feel comfortable in terms of what I'm getting for the work I'm doing, I'm still going to bring it up. So, hey, these are the breaks that we got to go through. Oh my God, I can't believe I've been on here talking almost an hour. Does anyone else have any questions? Oh, oh wow. I'm really surprised people even logged in. I was just really trying to figure out how to set it up for future, because what I want to do is throughout the day, I just want to come pop on here real quick and, whatever, or even, I don't know. I just want to have this live streaming available so people can talk directly, because I was doing it before and they took it away because I didn't have 1,000 subscribers. So I'm almost there, you guys. I guess I'm going to go ahead and get off. Oh, do you ever run into clients that try to give you a hard time about your prices? Let me hit my vape real quick on that one. Hold on. Nope. They're not going to give you a hard time, but you could tell that they feel some sort of way about it. But that's why I always tell people it's all about education. Education, education, education. I told somebody else earlier, they said, well, how do you do something? I said, you got to educate people. How do you talk people into this? You got to constantly educate people. You have to kind of sell yourself constantly without saying, hey, I'm worth it, I'm worth it, I'm worth it. I just tell people I have people in my inbox all day long. Like, I got a message unread right now. I don't feel like reading it. They start sending me these pictures and I start telling them, well, how much are your nails? Hey, how much are your nails? I get those questions all day long. Hey, how much are your nails? Like it's a flat price. I'm like, well, the average set is a medium coffin gel set, which is 50. That's how much my medium coffin gel set. Designs are extra. Anything else above that is extra, just to give you a ballpark range. Well, how much will my nails be? I said, well, again, it depends. I say the average with design work is around 65, but again, it varies. And they'll go, okay, I don't really have people question or getting mad about it because I didn't know this, but I guess I have a little reputation here that I charge. So people kind of expect that anyway, a little bit. And then I do have people that may not know, and they come sit in my chair and I start telling the prices, and you can see their face like, whoa. And my immediate follow-up is, hey, no, don't worry. What's your budget? See what I'm saying? That's my favorite word. These are my two favorite sayings. We're not a good fit. And what's your budget? What's your budget? That's open, that's friendly, that's saying, hey, we can work with whatever. And then I say, there's always a way to make something look, like more than what it is. What's your budget? It's cool. And they'll be like, oh, I was thinking like, this is what always happens. Oh, I was thinking more like, my budget was like, really, I was thinking like around 50 total, I'm like, okay, well, that's cool because we could do this, we could do that. That's a little cheaper, whatever. If we change up some of the textures, we don't polish every finger. That helps the nail to look more extravagant. And I put them at ease. I don't ever want a person to feel like, you can't afford me. I just want a person to be realistic though. But I work with everybody. I work with everyone. I'm your mentor. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, I guess I'm glad you didn't see me today because I have a little nappy ponytail because I'm about to wash my hair and get this new wig put on. I can't wait. Actually, one of my clients is coming over to do it for me. I can't wait. Did that answer the question? I feel like a lot of people expect me to give out discounts, but I never see them do that to Asian nail techs. Of course not. Why would people expect you to give out discounts? These must be friends and family members, which I keep telling y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. Things have gotten a little strained with me and my friends and family because of what you just said. And then they want to come when I'm busy. And then they want to sit in your chair and tell you how they just went out. They just went shopping. They're on their way out of town. And then when you start asking them, well, how much you want to spend today? I ain't got no money. Then you have to say, well, you just said you're going out of town. You just got your hair done. You got this done. They will never want to spend your real price with you. They will never. That's just how it's always been. And my clientele has never been my friends and family. I only got one cousin that will come to me. When I had my salon, she was my biggest supporter. She had money, though. My cousin made a lot of money. So she would come to me. She would prepay me. She would just write me a check for $500. Here, cuz. Everybody else that I know, no, sir. Nobody ever paid. Some of my friends did, but family, that was the only one. She would prepay me and come all the time. I'm telling you, don't worry about them. Go to strangers. Strangers respect you. Strangers is the best clients, and they end up being like the most loyal. I'm telling you, and they will help you grow your clientele because they'll be your biggest cheerleaders. They are your free commercials. I swear to God. I don't even, I feel weird going around friends and family nowadays because they really see all my work popping up everywhere. So they always want to bring up stuff like, I need to get to you. And I be trying to change the subject. Like, what are we eating today? Are the greens ready? I don't want to talk about it because that takes me to that weird conversation that you don't want to pay. For real. That happens. Don't fool friends and family. Not the ones that want a discount. The best you could do is say, what's your budget? Pull that line on it. Be like, hey, okay, well, girl, you my girl. What's your budget? We're going to work with you. We're going to work with you. And then what you do is once they sit in your chair, you don't let them pick. You be like, okay, $50, $40, $35. Okay, this is what I'm going to do for you for $35. See, that's a nice way of saying, I'm going to be within your budget, but you're not going to get over on me. That's the nice way of saying it. Hey, cuz, okay. Cuz, what's your budget? What's your budget? I got love for you. Okay. Okay, so for $35, we're going to do this. Cool. Now I want this. I'm like, now that's going to be extra now. They cost me money. So That's the easy way to kind of segue into that conversation. Basically saying nicely, you're not about to screw me over. Does that answer the question? Because that's a tough one. So we got 10 people in here. So we got some new people in here. Anyone else have a question? We are right at 1 hour. Yeah, I got something to say about everything. Yes, taking control in a nice way. That's the nice way to do it. It's been very awkward for me. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna get off of here, and I still got to figure out how to make this screen actually show up for next time. And yeah. Okay, you guys. So let's dig a little further into these pedicures because those were some real numbers. And for you guys who have never do the polish change, try the pedicure, something. I don't know. Just try it. Just try it. Put the mask on your face, spray the person's foot down with alcohol, and just try it. It's money. It's money in your face. Okay. Oh wait, here go one more question. Please save this. Oh my God, I'm going to try to save it, but I can't even make my face show up on here. So if I erase it, don't think I was trying to be... I'm technically challenged on this right now. This is my first time doing it. YouTube is difficult with this. Have you ever had someone not pay after a service? Let me vape on that one because I'm thinking. Nope. However, when I first moved back, I did have a client that when I first moved back when I was waiting on the commercial space to be ready, before I signed my lease, I was working at the school. And they let me, come up there and do my clients. And it was a lady up there getting her nails done, but they were like, can you finish her? And I was like, I'll do it, whatever. And she ended up becoming my personal client. So that lady would try it with me, I swear to God. And one time, she always had an excuse. It was always something with her, and I tried to fire her like 2 times, and she would not leave. She's like, "No, you my nail tech, and I ain't going nowhere else." And all that. I'm like, "Okay, but you can't be doing." I was real nice to her, but that last time when I finished her nails, boy, poor boy, she tried to pull it. She like, "How much is it?" I forgot whatever I told her. 65. She was like, "Oh, I only got 40." She always was trying to pull some slick shit with me, and I was like, well, it's 65, And she like, well, I ain't got it on me now. What you want me to do? I'm like, you want to go get it? You can leave your phone and your cell phone and your keys here. It's the Walgreens on the corner, like that. And that's what she did. She left her phone with me and she went and got the rest of my damn money. She wasn't gonna get her phone, else I don't play with people now. I'll be nice, but don't play with me with my money. I don't play. I get real crazy now. Don't mistake it. And the funny thing was, she was older than me, trying to pull some. She was always trying to pull some slick stuff. And when I went back up to the school, they actually told me that she would do that at the school with her hair, like because. I'm not gonna say too much because then you might figure out who it is. But they would say she would always try to pull slick stuff at the school too when she got her hair done, act dumb when it came time to pay. So like something else happened after that, and I just told her I can't do you anymore. And I had already told her like 3 times, but she would always pull that, "No, you my nail tech, and I ain't going nowhere, and just be patient with me." But that last thing, it was something after that. I forgot. I told her I just can't. I said, "I like you, cool and all, but I don't run my business like this. This is my real business, and I can't do it." I said, "I just can't. You might have to go back to the school and let the students get back on you." Oh wow, we got notes. My husband complains about the smell. What should I do so he doesn't complain so much? Well, keep a lid on your monomer. As soon as you are done, you should maybe have a Ziploc bag, like a heavy duty, but still the smell kind of goes through the Ziploc. So closed container garbage bag. Have a window open with the window fans, the ones that you could put in the window if you have that type of window. You buy the fan and you just turn the exhaust to go out the window instead of pulling the wind in the window. And then you might just have to love your husband down a little bit more. Be like, "Baby, this is what makes me happy. And when I'm happy, you happy." And then just whatever. It's all right. Whatever. Shoot. There is odorless monomer, but it takes longer to set. I've tried that odorless stuff before about OPI. I didn't like it. What are the best powders for beginners? Mia Secrets is way too hard. And can you use any monomer for any powders? Because I can't afford to buy different kinds of liquid, you know. Okay, so I like to stick with what I know. And I personally use Easy Flow. When I first came back and I had to buy all my nail supplies over, I was buying Young nails, but Young is a little too slow for me. But I do think that Young is a good starter. I think it's a good, solid acrylic system. Liquid. I'm going to speak to liquid. Mia's Secret, to be honest with you, I personally, don't laugh at me, I thought Mia's Secret was generic. I did. I've been seeing Mia's Secret for a long time, and I thought that was like generic stuff. But I see now that's the hot new thing. Mia's Secret. Mia's Secret. Everybody go get Mia's Secret. That shit was a secret to me because I thought it was generic. That's something that was just sold on Amazon. I've never tried it before. So I can't tell you about Mia's Secret. I use Easy Flow, okay? Easy Flow is a little faster than Young nails in terms of setting, and it's very solid. It doesn't lift for me. But I'm going to tell you all something else, and people might clutch their pearls when I tell you this. I am not a system whore. I am a system whore, meaning I will go with any system in terms of mixing powders with liquids. Oh, no, she does not. Yes, I do. Okay? To me, I feel like as long as you have the liquid that works best for you, you could pretty much use whatever powder you like. Because when you start going into color powder, you're not going to... you're probably not going to just stick with one brand. I just find that if you find a liquid that works best for you in terms of setting and everything, that the powder doesn't necessarily have to match. It just doesn't. Because I have like I have so many different brands of powder in there. It don't make no sense. Plus, I blend my own powders. So I mix powders together to do my own powder. Like I have a pink, opaque pink that I use on a daily basis. And that's like five different powders. I don't know how many brands. So I don't really think it's the powder so much. I think it's the liquid that matters. That's what you should be looking for in terms of what your staple go-to item is. Yeah, Mia's Secret's all over YouTube, and it's just like it was a secret to me. I said I was gonna buy some. I probably would buy some of their color acrylics, but I'm going to stick with my Easy Flow. That's what I've been using forever. It just doesn't fail me. Although lately they had some bad batches coming into Chicago. One day I had to stop and drive all the way up north to get some more because I ran out. I was so pissed. It's not good to wait till you down to your last to try to open up a new bottle because the new bottle was bad. Yeah, so many systems. There's so many. I'm Easy Flow. Yeah, it was a secret to me, too. I didn't know about Mia's Secret. I thought that was generic. I did. I really did. So, I don't know. Any more questions? You know I got to sip my wine now. I'm so classy. That's how you sip your wine out in public. Men love it when you do like that with your wine. You do like this. Y'all don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm going to get my teeth cleaned. Actually, one of my clients runs a dental office. And so she told me to come up there and get my teeth done. I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm such a lady. I act silly all over here, but I'm really a lady. I'm totally different out in public. I'm all like holding my head up high and stuff. And yeah, I'm such a classy lady out in public. But when I come in the house, this is like my little kingdom, and I got all my little play toys and stuff all around here. Matter of fact, I haven't been out of the house in I don't go out the house sometimes for 3-4 days at a time. And then I come outside like, where's my car? Did they tow it? Yeah, because I have everything I need. Plus, I work from home. Everybody comes to me. I think that's it. Yeah, I went to Dudley. I went there, and actually the lady who ran the nail department, Stella Langhorn, was like my best friend, and she passed away from cancer. So when you see me wearing my smock, her picture is on my smock. And we used to get together every Sunday and go get supplies and drive all around the city buying nonsense. Yep. And she didn't tell me how sick she was And it's just like the movie, how Stella got her groove back. I didn't really find out how sick she was till she was almost at the end. So she wasn't telling me because I was in Atlanta and she just wasn't really keeping me updated. She would always change the subject when we got to talking. So I didn't know how sick she was. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, Stella was your instructor? Mm-hmm. Yep. Stella, yeah. It started out as uterine cancer, spread to the intestine, then towards the end it moved to the brain. So at that point it was, yeah, it moved pretty quickly. Yep. Yep. Any more questions? I can't even believe this many people signed on. I do stuff, but I'm like, I don't know if people will yeah. I don't know if people will want to hear what I got to say. I just felt like we need this type of channel. We have so many perfect channels. That's YouTube. This is not my only station, by the way. I have another channel that I've had for like 9 years, and it's talking about just general. It started out nails, but it went way left, all into everything, and talking about my living in Atlanta and all the crazy stuff living in Atlanta. And YouTube used to be a place where people just came to kick it. Like, it wasn't all this fancy editing and all that. And I know people that I've been to their house and they've been to my house from other states just because we met on YouTube and supporting one another. And now this has become like a whole thing. But YouTube used to just be like MySpace. Yeah, I'm going to do this all the time, honey. That's why I was trying to set it up, and people actually started coming in for real. So I'm like, oh, you got to perform. You got to talk. But I was really just on here like, let me try to set up live stream. Let me try. Um, Thank you so much, Yvette. Yes, it's more to come. I'm a different type of person. Like, I'm going to be doing little skits and stuff. I just got to get past this hurdle. And actually, I'm trying to move. My plan is to turn my whole basement, once I move, into a sheet in. And then I could really use my house. My house is being taken over right now by doing nails. I don't even have a dining room anymore because now it's lashes and makeup. But once I get everything set up, I will have a official recording area with my lighting and backdrop and everything made with the green screen. I do all of that. And, I could have an official recording, editing station where I could just, really do it like a real YouTuber would do it. I just don't have space right now. I just don't. But you all just wait. You all wait. Plus June 1st, that big announcement is coming and you will see. Of course we do. Please do more. Okay. All right. I'm coming. She coming through. She really is. Watch. I live in New York City. Da, da, da. Can someone tell me, like, what is your biggest fear in becoming a nail tech? I'm waiting on the tea. What is the biggest fear? Your biggest fear in becoming a full-time nail tech? I'm vaping now. I think a lot of people just don't think they're going to make enough money. She said feet. You already be talking about it all. I know. I feel like I cover way too much in one video, but it's so much more because I've been through everything. Like, I still haven't even told you all about different people that say you already be talking about it. I go in people's houses. Oh God, not having a steady income, hurting somebody, and not them liking my work while I'm growing. Let's stop right. Well, you can keep going, but I'm gonna address those. Going to people's houses. Now, I work for 2 agencies, and that is still a fear of mine because if it's some Caucasian people in here, it's the truth. You all like dogs, and I have had a big fear of dogs, but I have been forcing myself out of that. But I go into people's houses all the time, especially if I'm accepting a lot of agency work, and I just never know what I'm going to be into. You walk into some people's homes, and it's like, hello, how are you? Come in. And it's like 14 dogs there. And I'm like, oh my God, you got 2 of them like growling and all this stuff. And you got to act like it's nothing. And they will not put their dogs up for you. I had one person last year, agency gig way out, but it was paying good. And I got there, and it's always a new mom. A lot of new moms get mobile services. So I got there and the dog was growling viciously at me. And it's always those little ankle biting ass dogs. Those are the ones that are the worst to me. And it was growling at me in a way where it was like, I felt like it would have bit me. Okay. And I was like stalling and they just acting all normal. Like, come in, you can set up right here. You can set up right there. And I'm like, is your dog going to bite me? And they're like, oh no, she's fine. But the dog was getting more and more aggressive and it actually started snapping towards me. So not only was it going, it was like jumping forward. Like, I was like, I'm afraid of dogs. And that's what I said. I'm afraid of dogs. And she was like, oh, well, she's not going to do anything. And I'm like, I wasn't even putting my shit down. I was still standing there because I felt at that point that dog was about to bite me. You know, I've been around in enough homes. That's my biggest thing. I've been in enough homes to know when a dog is going to be too aggressive for me. So I said, she's like, so are you saying you want me to put the dog up? And I'm like, can you? And she's like, and then the husband stepped up and said, don't worry, I'm going to take him upstairs with me and the baby. Like that. And he grabbed the dog and they went upstairs. But she was like pissed at me because I would not put the dog, because I wanted her to put her dog up. So that's my biggest thing about going into people's homes. It's not that they're crazy or anything. It's about all the pets. Okay, because everybody assumes that everybody love dogs. Everybody don't like your darn pets, but people assume and they look at them as like they're their children, and they get offended sometimes if you want them to put their pet up. But I was going to turn that job down if she didn't put her damn dog up. I don't care. I wasn't going to do it because that dog would have bit me. It was going to bite me. I already know. Probably because I was black. And I know that sounds crazy and some people may get offended, but if you're not black, you don't know. My friend had a dog and she's black, but she used to say it all the time, like, my dog doesn't like black men. And it's funny because her boyfriend was so light, he looked white. And she was just like, for some reason, anytime a dark-skinned man comes around, she barks. She doesn't know how, she goes crazy. And that was true because we were driving around the city and we had the top down. And every time we pulled up to a light, if it was a black dude in the car next to us, she would go crazy in the car barking at him. So I just think that dog was not used to seeing black people. I don't know. I could be wrong. People might get offended by that, but that dog was acting very aggressive. That's my biggest thing about going to people's houses. Okay. Not having a steady income. That's why you have the hustles. You got to be a hustler. The only hustle I do right now is nails. It's actually overwhelming. I actually have to get ahead of my books right now to close it out, because if I don't close out my books, I will not have a day off. I literally will just keep working every day. I've gotten my books to that point where I have to jump ahead to try to get some time off. So you just have to keep working it and have you some side hustles, and you just have to be consistent. If you do it consistently, you shouldn't have any problem. And if you notice that you're having some issues with certain services, then that's when you reach out and you ask for help. Even to me, and whoever, and you just ask for help, because you will eventually get the income. There are too many, especially with the discount salons, people are sick of them now. So they're coming back to look for real professionals. So right now, you should not have that issue. Hurting someone or them not liking my work while I'm growing. You're not going to make everybody happy, London. It does not matter. You will never make everybody happy. I have some people that I know when they leave out of here, most people are happy for the most part, but I think that some people come in here with bigger expectations than their wallet can afford. And I work within their budget. What's your budget? Remember, what's your budget? What's your budget? And I'll do the best I can within their budget. And then I'll just send them about their merry little way. Okay? Like I said, you're going to take everyone. Remember, you're going to take everyone, but you're not going to try to please everyone. You're going to do the best you can and try to find the best group of people for you. Don't run yourself crazy trying to make everyone happy. So don't let that stop you. Everyone not liking your work while you're growing. They're not part of your journey. They're not part of your clientele. But I thank you for patronizing me at least once. I truly appreciate it. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Every time my teacher tries to give me a pedicure, let's go back to hurting someone. Hurting them. You guys, give me 1 second. Let me grab something. needed more wine. Okay. Hurting someone. You're gonna hurt people. I nicked my client the other day. She was bleeding, and she just kept bleeding. I said, "Oh my God, you diabetic now?" She said, "No." I said, "Why you keep bleeding?" Like that. And it's gonna happen. We're dealing with blades, and we're dealing with people with issues. And sometimes people will lie to you, and people's skin will change because they got something going on they won't tell you. So you'll know as time goes on. You'll have to know when to ask the right questions. Are you on any new medication? Because their skin and their nails will change, and you'll notice it in your clients. And that's when you have to start probing and knowing how to do your consultation. You can stop and consult as you're working on a person if you notice something is wrong. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. Every time my teacher tries to give me a pedicure client, I clock out and I go home. Oh, you go home? Girl, let me drink this wine on this one. What? Wait, let me read this over. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I get a pedicure client, I clock out and go home. I know you say pedicures will make you some money, and my teacher says it too, but I just cannot. Face. What? Nailholic. Y'all, do y'all see that? I could just imagine which student you are. You clock out and go home. See, I'm that crazy teacher. I wish Stella was here. She'll tell you, I will come out there and turn your damn car off and get your butt in here. Get in here. And as a matter of fact, you ain't doing nothing else but pedicures until you get over it. That would be the teacher I am. And Dudley is actually trying to get me to come up there and teach. I just can't do it right now. But that's that. Girl, you better be glad I wasn't your teacher. I will hold all your supplies hostage, and you would not get booked for anything but pedicures until you got over that. Are you serious? You can do feet. The thing about it, feet are cleaner than hands. Like, you all don't understand. You are soaking a person's foot, and you should be soaking it in some type of soap/soak and antiseptic. And you can also you can add some alcohol in there, whatever you want to add. But by the time you're touching their feet with gloves on, their skin has already been cleansed. It's cleaner than touching these people's hands. These people are wiping their butt, digging in their nose, scratching their butt, changing their kids' diapers, touching doorknobs and money, and then they come touch you. But we're talking about feet. Feet stay in socks, shoes for the most part, and you're soaking them and you're wearing gloves while you're touching them. It's actually cleaner to touch a person's soaked foot. Y'all got to get past that. And when you soak them for at least 5 minutes, that any odor that's there has been neutralized. And if you're doing a polish change on the toes, you can spray their feet down with alcohol and then take a hot towel and steam them. That's going to neutralize that odor right there. Plus, you should be wearing a mask. So you got to get past that, honey. Stop it. She said, oh my God, hell no, I would have dipped. Danielle, don't push that behavior. See, both of y'all, I would have, When you all come to, if I'm the teacher and I know you all are like that, as soon as you get here, I'm holding your car keys. Give me your keys. Okay? And all you're going to get booked for is pedicures till you get over it. Maybe my prices will be too high or maybe too low. I'm not sure how to charge people. I've been watching Young Nails pricing. Oh my God, they charge for every color. Yes, charge for everything. Why not? This is the thing. When you go to McDonald's, we're not going to use McDonald's. Let's use McDonald's. When you go to McDonald's is crappy food. We all know this, right? But when people go in there, they're like, I want a cheeseburger. I want the cheeseburger deluxe meal, whatever. Do they say, you like, but I want larger fries? Do they be like, oh, well, we know our fries aren't all that good and they're not really real fries, so we'll just give them to you. They'll be like, there's an upcharge of such cent. Is that okay with you? We say yeah, and they give it to us. Why are you afraid to charge for every little thing that you do? Like, you don't have to charge for every little thing, but there should be a price on every little thing that you do. So your regulars, you can let them know that they are getting special treatments because they are not being charged for it. See how you work that? You got to have it set up that way. So when you do decide to discount it, you can use that to your advantage as a speaking point. Like, look, the real price is $65. I'm only charging you for this. You're going to pay me $55. Boom. Don't be afraid to charge people. Y'all know I always say that. People go and they pay. And I'll tell you, if they go to the discount salons, they end up paying that much anyway. That chart is set up there for a reason. Okay, long, medium, short, medium, long, shapes, cut down, all that. Every little thing they charge for. Scrub, that's why they ask me all the questions. You want pedicure? You want scrub? You notice they don't say the price. They constantly asking you certain questions. Every time they asking you a question is because it's a charge on that. So why wouldn't you do the same? If you act like your work is not worth it, everybody else is going to act like it's not worth it. If you act like I'm the ish, and this is what I charge, people are going to want you because people are followers at the end of the day. And you are a brand. And if you have a certain stigma attached to your brand, people like to brag to say that they associate themselves with this brand. I talked about that in another video. Oh, I go to Shecago. You go to Shecago? Oh my God, I heard she charged $100 a set. And that lady only pays like $40, $45 per set. But that made her feel good because it's almost like saying, oh, you wearing Gucci. I'm not saying it's a brag. I'm just saying, like, wrap your mind around it that way. If you properly brand yourself, you will be able to charge. People will want to be associated with being able to afford that price. Get it? That's why branding is important. A lot of products we pay for, they're not necessarily worth all of that. We're just paying for the brand and the association of being able to afford that. Okay. People feel if you are not in an actual salon, they should pay you less because you don't pay salon rent. But I have expensive products. Hold on. Funny thing, I get that statement, but no one really says that out loud, do they? But we just feel that off of them, don't we? That's why we feel that off of them. No one really says to you, oh girl, I ain't paying you all that. You work in your darn house. But they say that. That's why your setup in your house should be as nice as it possibly can be. Because people do feel that silly way. They do. My house this is an outdated apartment from what I'm used to. For me, it's outdated. But I'm just staying here for now because I want to get my sheet in. And it's going to be something that's new construction, really nice. Then I'm going to go up. But anyway, that's true. That's why you got to make sure that everything your house looks like a salon as much as possible. And one way you can do that is, I talked about in another video, you got to make sure you have as much of the proper equipment as you can. But when you go to these nail supply stores and when you go to the nail supply stores, be sure to ask them if they have any posters or displays. Okay. They have them and they will give them to you for free because they get them for free. And a lot of people don't know that. I'm a talker. I'm friends with all the discount salon, wholesale stores. I talk to the owners. I make friends with them. I crack jokes with them. Even when they was following me around, I still made friends because that's how you find out what's going on. When they get product in, and I know this from being in marketing, when they send out product, especially something new, OPI, all of those companies, China Glaze, when they send their new collections, they also send a ton of posters. They send displays. They send all this stuff to them because they want them to display this stuff around the store and they want them to give it to the salons in hopes that they will display it. They sit on that stuff and they send them so much they end up throwing it away as they break the boxes down. So I know here in Chicago, if you go to Liami, I think, when you enter in and out the door, before you walk out the door, it's like all this paper and posters. People don't pay attention to it, but those are things you can walk out the door with for free. Just let them know that you're grabbing it. Be like, I'm going to grab something. Be like, okay, take as much as you want. So when you go to your nail supply, just ask them, you got any extra displays or posters or anything that left over that you're going to throw away, and you use those things and you get you some push pins and you push them and you put them up on your wall. That's going to make your space look more like a salon. Another thing you can do is you can download an app for this, or you can just take good pictures of your work. And I think I said this before, you can print them out at Walgreens, Walmart, or whatever, and get you some 8x10s and 11x14s printed out, and you put them in frames. You can go to the dollar store and get you some frames and build you a wall a collage of all your work, along with, if you don't have that many pictures that you're proud of, go ahead and put a picture of your work and then put a cute saying. So it'll be like a picture of a cute no chip manicure, then another picture, all the pretty girls go to Tommy Nails. You get what I'm saying? Or another picture, then it's like, then the fourth frame says Nailholic Studio is where all the tea is spilled. You get what I'm saying? So then you can build a wall out or design your space like that and use your walls to kind of create that ambiance. So between the pictures, the free posters, and little sayings and blurbs and stuff that you can easily print out on a printer at the library, you can create that ambiance yourself. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go up. Be fair in what you charge right now. That's what I'm going to say. People feel if you're not an actual salon, they pay. Okay, we just went over that. So don't worry about that because, again, wrap your mind around it. You're not trying to get everyone. You're trying to find the people that are a good fit for you. Used to do cakes and had a problem with the price, and I don't want to go through that again. This is the thing. We let a few people tell us, oh, you charge too much. And then we be like, oh, I charge too much, don't I? No, hell no. Forget them. They're not your people. They're just not your people. Don't even take it personally. Actually, you should take it like they can't afford me. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, sorry. Come back when you save up. I don't know. Keep your standards. Don't be messing up your school hours. That's right. Don't be punching out for stuff like that. Okay, I'm way over hours. That's why I'm able to just clock out like that. You ain't way over hours. You way over yourself. You better get back in there and do those pedicures. Where are you? Are you here in Chicago? Come do my feet. Come do my feet. I'll do yours too. People need to control their animals. That's right, and they don't always do it. I used to stay over and sit right next to Stella, and we would do pedicures until all the clients were done. That's right. Stella be running around there like a darn fool, but she made sure everything was done, and that school was her life. I never looked at it that way. Feet are cleaner. They are. I don't mind the kids. Well, we call her Miss Stella. Right, Miss Stella. Yeah, Miss Stella Langhorn. That was her name. You're right. I'm scared to get someone with thick, dry skin behind the foot. How do you get that off? With a blade? Oh, my God. Girl, let me drink this wine. I can't believe she said that with the blade. Oh, my God. She said with a blade. You been working with those discount salons? She said with a blade. Okay, so this is where I constantly say this too. You got to constantly be educated. When I'm working on people, I'm talking to them, we chit-chatting, we could be talking about me and juicy stuff, but at the same time, I'm always throwing in some education and a little bit of sales tactic. They don't even realize it because I smooth it on into the conversation. You can't get all that stuff off if a person has bad feet. That's actually a selling opportunity. Let's think about that. If a person has really bad feet, you would say, okay, you needed this pedicure. You soaking them and everything. We're going to let you soak a little bit more. Matter of fact, take your feet out. Let me turn up the heat on this water so we can really penetrate down into some layers here. Okay, put your feet back in. How do you feel? Okay, that's good. All right. So let me let you soak a few extra minutes so we can soften it up. But it's a lot on here. You have been neglecting it. We're going to get it in. We're going to get as much off today. And I want you to moisturize. See, now you're directing them, but you're also selling them. And you tell them what you're doing. And as you start trying to take some off, I'm going to buff some of this off today as much as I can. But I'm going to let you know. This is where you start probing. Most of the time, what is happening is, have you been going to discount salons? Where do you normally get your feet done? They're going to say, oh, I'll just be going everywhere, a little wherever I am, or I go on such. Is that a discount salon? Yes, those Asian folks. Okay. Why you ask me that? Why did you ask me that? Because I'm looking at your feet. And do they use that little cheese grater thing on you? Yeah, they do. Okay. This is what's going on here. You don't realize it, but the most nerve endings in the body end up in your feet. And so what they're doing is they're trying to remove dead skin, but they're cutting you with all these little blades when you're getting your feet done. Okay. And the body does not say those nerve endings in the feet they're sending a message to the brain. It's not saying, oh, Tanisha is getting a pedicure. It's saying, oh, Tanisha is being cut numerous times right now. Tanisha is being injured. So therefore, as the weeks goes on, the days go on, the skin comes right back. But what does it do? It comes back even thicker as a callus, as a protection mechanism. And every time I give that speech, they go, oh my God, that makes so much sense. And even when I worked downtown at the Asian place just recently, and I used to give that speech to people because they wanted us to push using that cheese grater, because that's what the hell it is. It's a damn cheese grater. It's a way around the Credo blade, which is illegal, I know, here in the state of Illinois. So they came out with the cheese grater. That is a damn cheese grater. And they wanted us to push it because it's $5 extra and I won't do it. And when I started giving that speech, I noticed that a couple of my Asian friends, they looked at me and they started, I noticed that people, this is so funny. I noticed that people stopped using that Credo blade. My Asian friends stopped pushing that Credo blade on people because they were listening to me in my explanation, because a lot of them weren't even licensed. But I understand the feet and the body. So I was telling them why their feet were so bad. It's because your brain thinks you're being injured on your feet. So the body, it sends a message to the brain to say you're being injured. It sends back thicker skin as a protection mechanism. It's going to send back callous skin. And so that becomes like a really, really, really bad cycle of you constantly shaving and the body's trying to fight against that because it doesn't recognize a pedicure, it recognizes injury, and it's going to send back thicker. And that's how you have people that literally have hard yellow heels. Yeah. And once I explain that, they're like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Wow. I said, okay, but we can fix this. It's going to take a little work on both our ends, but we can fix this. See, this is the selling opportunity, because now you're going to get this person not only coming in for your nails on a regular basis, now they're coming in for feet too. So you've taken a ticket that's on average $40, $45 and you've increased it to $80. You know what I'm saying? Or $75. Okay? Boom. I need you to come get your feet done every 2 weeks. We're going to do these feet every 2 weeks, okay? And if not, at least 3 weeks, okay? This is what I need you to do. I'm serious here. And I'm also going to ask that you buy this foot file that I have. If you're going to sell foot files, you're going to say, I'm going to need you to go get a really good Puma stone at the store. Where do I get it from? Where? They got them at the beauty supply. Just start talking. See, now they're anxious because you've helped them you've helped them solve a problem that no one else has addressed, okay? So, what was I saying? So then you go ahead and you tell them, I need you to file your feet 2 times a week, at least, in the shower. When they get wet, good and wet, just hit it real quick. And then when you come here, we're going to do the pedicures and we're going to keep them moisturized. We need to deprogram your brain into thinking that your feet are being injured. That skin is not going to keep replenishing itself. So we're going to slowly remove that dead skin and keep it moisturized. And over time, it can heal itself. And that's what I do. But that's how you turn them into a regular pedicure client. You got to take the right opportunities and turn that into sales opportunities. So I'm going to scroll up a little bit. No blades. Never use a blade. It's actually illegal. The cheese grater has not become illegal yet. It's a way around the Credo blade, but we know the Credo blade is illegal in Illinois. We can't scrub away 30 years of crust in one service. Exactly. And don't you try to do it. What you do is you use that as a selling opportunity to build your ticket. Deli is all petties and manis, but most almost done. Then I'm going to Chicago to be a Chicago protege. Speaking of, oh girl, yes. Come on, girl, we can do it. Yes, London, you better use them captions she giving you. They were cute. Yes. What's your budget? We're not a good fit. Yeah. Oh, you're in Kentucky. Okay. Sweet talk to the feet. Yes, I'm a talker. So I'm telling you, I'm like that slick dude. I'm like that slick nail tech. But I mean everything I say. It's just natural in me now. I've been doing nails since I was like 12. I'm telling you, like, I'm talking to you about it. I'll talk to you about a man and then sold you and upgraded your service and everything and educated y'all in 3 minutes. That's right. Back in the day, my foot always hurt when my skin grows back. That's right. Because the brain says she's been injured. She's been hurt. One summer, I moved back home with my aunt, and she said something about me getting my feet done. That was embarrassing. So I started going. All my stuff was packed up, so I went to get my feet done. And I knew better, but I let them put the blade on my feet. And girl, by the end of the summer, I had cracked heels. And I looked at my heels. I said, now I know better. I already knew why they were cracked. I never had cracked heels in my life. That's because I was sitting there like a dummy, letting them put the blade on my foot. And I had to get my feet right back. Now my feet just right back as normal. I don't have bad feet. Because I understand what's happening with the feet and the nerve endings and all that. So, yeah. I used to go to the Asian salon on 108th and Doty, and they told me I shouldn't use the graders. That's right. And I actually educated those people when I was working downtown last year about that. And when we used to be outside, I would be vaping. They'd come out and smoke their cigarettes. They would ask me little questions. You could tell which ones were which ones were like eager to know more about how I did nails versus the traditional discount salon way. They were always questioning me when other people weren't around, like, so what do you do? How many? And what did you say about the thing? And I'll just kind of show them and tell them what I knew. But they have their own way of doing things. Yeah, those cheese graters are illegal. Feet can be big money, and it's easier money than doing nails. Don't put gel on their feet. Hell, I'm cheap, and I charge $40 for a gel pedicure, and then if you put 2 designs on there, that's $45. That's $45 you can make in 45 minutes. Think about it. Like, figure out what you like to do and figure out the math on it. Figure out a way to add on $10 and upgrade that and how much money you can make. Like, you got to break your numbers down backwards and forwards and figure out, you can make a lot of money. A lot of money. Any more questions? Oh my God, I can't believe you all still have me on here. In most Asian shops, only 1 or 2 are licensed and the rest aren't. Exactly. Well, I used to work downtown. Nobody really had a license. And shoot, matter of fact, when it wasn't busy in the mornings, they'd be sitting there reading their books, like their school books. And I even found a brochure for a nail school in my desk one day. They're not licensed. Only 1 or 2 of them are. But they're making so much money, they don't care. I did the calculation on the place that I work at because I know how to run those numbers, honey. I said they're making about $900,000 a year, close to $1 million a year at that salon. They're right there in the Gold Coast. They're close to it's $1 million salon, so they don't care about the state board coming in one day and fining them for each person. So what? They got to pay a $5,000 fine. They're almost making $1 million. At that point, they're just going to go talk to one of their friends and pay for the licenses to get a couple more licenses and on the wall. It's not a big deal. They will take the risk. That is very true. They are not licensed. When they don't go to school, they learn on us. They learn on us. And after so long of being basically like an indentured slave to that particular salon, the salon will say, okay, we'll go ahead and help you get your license. We'll pay for it, or we'll talk to our people. That's how it goes. Yeah. Think about it. Where I worked, it was 23 of us. The last place I worked, it was 23 nail techs. Most of them work 6 or 7 days a week. That's nothing for them. That's normal. For me to work 4 days, they thought I was crazy. And at one point I went to 5, but most of them work 6 or 7. And 7 days is nothing for them. That's nothing. And they do like 12 people a day each, like they really work fast. Like, think about it. Do the math. I know for a fact they're each bringing in like 6 to 1,000 a day each. So 23,000, let's say 20,000 a day. 20,000 a day times 7. 20 times 7, 14. So how much is that? Y'all been sipping this wine. So how much is 20,000 times 7? 140,000 a week. 140,000 a week times 4 is almost 5. Wow. More than that then. I'm probably way under. Yeah, they make a lot of damn money. Yeah. 140, 500 a month. Maybe, yeah, way more than that. Oh, I'm like, what is that? How do you feel about the apron system? I can't stand those press-on nails. Press-on nails are creeping up on us, you all. There are people selling press-on nails on Etsy. The commercial companies are really stepping up their press-on game. And you have things like the polygel system that is stepping up and teaching people how to do their own. They're running Facebook ads on that. And this is why I'm telling people you all need to really be well-rounded and be ready for the shifts that happen in the beauty industry, because they are trying to make everything where people can do their own stuff. Okay, even with gel nails, Sally Beauty Supply and all of them are selling little kits where people could do their own gel and selling UV lights, which is terrible. But yeah, they're trying to make everything do it yourself. Orally, all of them are coming up with do it yourself systems, do it yourself systems. If you have not spent enough time educating your clients on why they should come to you, or being like their guru or their look to person, and you let them learn stuff out in the streets, they're going to run out in the streets and they're going to let the streets rule them. It's just like having a child in a sense. It's like you got to teach them that, hey, listen to what I say. I am the way and the light when it comes to nails. Like, what I say is the truth. Because these companies are not playing with trying to get that do-it-yourself out there. Do-it-yourself is the new wave. That's 140,000, right? So if you got 20,000 people, 20, you got, what do we say? We're going to say 20 people. What was that math on that? Let's see. Oh my God, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. That's 140,000. So let's say we had 23 people there, but we're going to take the average. We're going to take 20. You know, I like to take average. So 20 people, let's just say on the average making $800 a month. No, $800 a day. That's 16,000. That can't be right. 23 nail techs. We're going to say 20. Making $800. That's gross. You know what? That's right. Gross per day. So 16,000 per day times 7. That's $112,000 a week times 4 weeks. That's 448. So $448,000 per month. Let's take that number times 12. $5.3 million a year. Run that math. $5.3 million a year. But let's take that number. Okay, that's how much a discount salon with that many nail techs on average. 20 nail techs, bringing in $800 gross each per day. Gross, okay? $5.3 million. But let's take away 50%. 50% of that. Okay, because 50% of that number is going towards the nail tech. That's their salary. So we're at $2.6 million. But then you have to do your overhead and your supplies, all your overhead. So we're going to just still take away another, we're going to say 800,000. Oops, 800,000. Did I make up? Doggone it. I think I messed up. 2.6 million minus 800,000. Right? They're still making almost $2 million a year. Can you all not hear me now? I guess it might have cut me off. Or maybe my internet is still going. Oh, you do hear me now? Yeah, I was just doing some math. Even after paying everybody and on average knowing what their overhead is on the high end, they're still making $1.8 million a year profit at that type of salon. So, man, if you really understood how big this industry is, you really wouldn't doubt yourself or be scared. You just got to find the right people that's going to give you the money you want. And yes, they are stingy as hell. Because that last place I was working was paying 50%. And then after I said I would work there, towards the end of that interview, she said, also, there is a materials fee. And then she gave me a little list of showing how much they take out for each one. It was like $1.40 for each manicure, $2 for each no chip. And yeah, so really it wasn't even 50% I was making. I was making more like 48%. You know what I'm saying? So that was crazy. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that was crazy. And I just did the math on that. Even after they pay everything, they're making almost $2 million a year profit. Profit. And the last place I worked, the man who owned it, he was there every morning. And he did not even know shit about nails. He didn't do nails. And he would just be running around in everybody's business, messing up stuff and feeding us to death. He would always feed us. He wanted to make sure we was happy because he didn't really want us to leave out for nothing. Because he wanted to make sure he hit his numbers. Trust me, y'all don't even understand this business. So we're getting nothing but crumbs. Okay, it's real money. Real money. And one day I'll talk about, when I owned my salon by Oprah, and just working on some of the celebrities and stuff like D Wade and Antoine Walker and some of the Hawks players and all type of stuff. Girl, so much to talk about in this industry. Honey, it's money. Don't be afraid to charge my $60. Why we selling ourselves short? You know? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let the cheap people go to the cheap places. We're going to talk about and get into branding yourself to be top notch. It is really all it is. You brand yourself, people will spend. They just want to be associated with something that means something, because if it means something, they can attach themselves to it. That builds their self-esteem. You got to understand the psychology behind what you're doing. That's why I got to answer for everything you say, because I understand the psychology of what people are thinking, so I know how to get what I want out of stuff. And that's it. Okay, I'm going to go because I didn't realize it was that late. I got to get to the dentist in the morning and come back and do clients. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to figure out how to make this video show. I thank you so much for joining me. And any questions or video ideas, I'm getting around to it. And till the next time, ciao. How do you end this thing? Hmm. Agua. Hmm? Hmm? turn this thing off. No, I'm wrapping up my dump cake. How you turn this thing off? I told y'all. What do I do? What do I do? Do I stop it here? I'm trying to turn you off. Wait, okay.